There comes a moment in every woman's life when she gets tired of surviving, tired of proving, tired of carrying everything alone, and slowly, quietly, she begins to crave softness, not weakness, not laziness, not dependence, but peace. A softer mind, a softer life, a softer relationship with herself. That is the beginning of your soft girl era. Welcome to her soft era. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, emotionally drained, disconnected from yourself, or simply ready to become a more feminine, calm, confident version of yourself, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about how to truly enter your soft girl era. Not just aesthetically, not just for social media, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because becoming soft is not about pretending your life is perfect. It's about creating a life that feels gentle to live in. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin. The internet often makes the soft girl era look like pink outfits, candles, skincare, silk pajamas, and pretty morning routines. And while those things can absolutely be part of it, softness goes much deeper than aesthetics. Your soft girl era is really about returning to yourself. It's the season where you stop living in constant survival mode. You stop glorifying stress, you stop forcing, you stop chasing things that exhaust you, and instead, you begin protecting your peace. You become intentional about your energy. You start asking yourself, what actually makes me feel safe? What makes me feel calm? What makes me feel beautiful? What makes me feel emotionally free? A soft life is not necessarily an expensive life. A soft life is a peaceful life, and peace is luxury. A woman in her soft girl era does not abandon ambition. She simply stops abandoning herself in the process. She realizes she can be successful without constantly suffering. She understands that femininity is not performance. It is energy, and softness begins the moment you stop fighting yourself. You cannot truly enter your soft girl era while constantly operating from pain. A lot of women are emotionally exhausted without even realizing it. They are carrying childhood wounds, heartbreak, rejection, insecurity, anxiety, fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough. And because of this, they stay in survival mode. They become hyper-independent, emotionally guarded, always tense, always overthinking, always preparing for disappointment. But softness requires emotional safety, and emotional safety starts with healing. Healing means allowing yourself to rest. Healing means speaking kindly to yourself. Healing means no longer treating yourself like an enemy. Some women think being soft means being weak. But honestly, it takes strength to become gentle after life has been hard on you. It takes courage to remain loving in a world that constantly tries to harden you. Your healing journey may include journaling, therapy, prayer, setting boundaries, spending time alone, learning emotional regulation, forgiving yourself, and no, healing is not linear. Some days you will feel powerful. Some days you will feel emotional. Some days you will feel confused. But every time you choose yourself, you move closer to the woman you are becoming. One of the biggest reasons women struggle to embrace softness is because many of us were taught that suffering equals value we were praised for. Overworking, overgiving, over-explaining, over-sacrificing, we learned to wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. But constantly struggling does not make you more worthy. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to prove your value through burnout. Your soft girl era begins when you stop normalizing chaos, when you stop entertaining relationships that drain you, when you stop saying yes to things that destroy your mental health. When you stop chasing validation, a soft life requires boundaries. And boundaries are feminine, because a woman who respects herself understands that not everyone deserves access to her energy. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary the softer you become. the more selective you must become. Selective with people, environments, conversations, habits, and even the content you consume. Because energy is contagious, and if your environment constantly feels heavy, your spirit eventually will too. Your environment affects your energy more than you think. A woman in her soft girl era creates routines that make her feel grounded, not perfect. This doesn't mean waking up at 5 a.m. every day. It means creating moments that help you feel calm and connected to yourself. Your soft life routine could include slow mornings, making tea or coffee peacefully, skincare, reading, journaling, stretching, listening to calming music, taking walks, cooking nourishing meals. The goal is not to romanticize life for the internet. The goal is to make your real life feel beautiful. Even in small ways, light the candle, buy the flowers, wear the perfume, play the jazz music. Not because someone else will see it, but because you deserve to experience beauty too. A lot of women wait for external validation before allowing themselves softness. But your life should not only feel beautiful when someone is watching. Softness is also in the way you speak to yourself. Replace "I'm so behind" with "I'm growing at my own pace." Replace "I hate myself" with "I'm learning to love myself." Your words shape your reality. Speak to yourself gently. Many women today are stuck in constant masculine energy, always doing, always chasing, always controlling, always trying to handle everything alone. And while independence is important, being in survival mode all the time disconnects you from softness. Feminine energy is not about being dependent. It's about allowing yourself to receive rest, receive help, receive love, receive care, receive compliments, receive opportunities. A soft woman understands she does not need to force everything. She allows, she trusts, she flows. This also means slowing down. You do not have to rush your healing. You do not have to rush your glow up. You do not have to rush your life. Some of the most feminine women carry a calm energy because they are not desperately chasing. They trust that what is meant for them will not require them to abandon themselves. And honestly, that confidence is magnetic. A lot of women became emotionally hard because life forced them to. And that is understandable. But your softness is not something to be ashamed of. You do not have to become cold to be respected. You do not have to lose your femininity to survive. There is power in softness. There is power in grace. There is power in emotional intelligence. Soft women are not weak women, in fact. Many soft women are incredibly strong. They simply choose peace over chaos. They choose self-respect over attention. They choose emotional maturity over constant drama, and one of the biggest signs you're entering your soft girl era is when you stop reacting to everything, you stop arguing unnecessarily. You stop proving yourself. You stop begging for understanding. You become calmer, more intentional, more emotionally balanced. Not because life is perfect, but because your inner world is changing. A soft woman is not insecure about taking up space. She understands her worth. Not because society validated her, but because she validated herself first. Your glow up is not just physical, it's energetic. The way you walk, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, the way you protect your peace. Confidence grows when you keep promises to yourself. When you start choosing better habits, when you stop tolerating disrespect, when you start prioritizing your well-being. And confidence also means accepting yourself while still evolving. You do not need to become perfect before loving yourself. You are allowed to be a work in progress and still see yourself as worthy. That is true feminine confidence. When you start healing and embracing softness, your relationships begin to change. You stop entertaining emotionally unavailable people. You stop settling for bare minimum energy. You stop forcing connections that constantly hurt you. And honestly, some people may not understand the new version of you, because people often benefit from the version of you that had no boundaries. but growth requires change. And your soft girl era may require distance from toxic friendships, draining environments, unhealthy habits, and people who constantly disrupt your peace. The right people will never make you feel guilty for protecting your mental health. The right relationships feel safe, calm, respectful. Softness teaches you that love should not constantly feel like suffering. Sometimes, women believe softness is only for certain people. Women with money, women with perfect lives, women who already have it together. But softness is available to you too, right now, in small ways. A beautiful life is created through small daily choices. The way you care for yourself, the way you protect your energy, the way you rest, the way you speak to yourself. You do not need permission to create a softer life. You are allowed to romanticize your existence. You are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to choose peace. And you are allowed to become the woman you always needed. Your soft girl era is not about perfection. It is about peace. It is about healing. It is about becoming more connected to yourself. And most importantly, it is about realizing that softness is not weakness. Softness is self-respect. So if no one has told you recently, you deserve rest. You deserve love. You deserve gentleness. You deserve a beautiful life. Thank you for spending this time with me if this video spoke to you. Don't forget to subscribe to our soft era for more feminine energy, self-love, glow up, and soft life conversations. And remember, the woman you are becoming is already within you. You're simply learning how to let her bloom.